Let me give you my top 10 tips and tricks for things you may not know in a Rise crossover. Hello, it is sisterguard here. Hopefully having a great day. I'm having a great day. We're back today in a Rise crossover because other than our lovely starter guide, which I'll pin up above, I wanted to give you all some tips and tricks that I haven't really mentioned and some people don't even know about or don't do. These tips are meant to help, one, improve your gameplay, and two, help you get max rank units with the least amount of headache. But before we get on into that list, please make sure you smash the love like button, do the subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Y'all have been absolutely epic with that. Please keep it up. Also, in the comments section, I need you to tell me your favorite unit or shadow that is currently in a Rise crossover. Thank you. All right, let's get into number one. Number one, this has to do with mount hunting. So this is just something that'll go ahead and help you. When you load into a server, or in general, go over here to fog and turn it off. Because guess what? All those islands magically appear. And the world looks a lot brighter. It looks like the saturation got turned up by 10. So I would recommend turning off the fog when you come into game. Honestly, it looks a lot better. I feel like it's less laggy. And the contrast is definitely a lot higher. Now, every time you rejoin a server, unfortunately, you will have to turn that back off. I don't know why. It just happens like that. Next thing is if you are wanting to hunt for mounts. And what mounts I'm talking about is our lovely flying mounts and our ground mounts that are currently in the game. So if you're wanting Salamanta, Great Dragon, Hoover, Monarch Horse, if you're wanting to hunt for them, your best tip for that, I'm going to have to give you, is you're going to have to server hop. So if you go on over to, I do believe this is also on mobile, go ahead and go to descending or ascending, go ahead and get that low list, go ahead and click and then join. And depending on any plugins, you may be able to join a low pop server. Go ahead and do that. That is the best way that you're going to be able to get those mounts. Because the high pop servers, there's always going to be people there. So you're always going to have kind of an issue trying to get stuff. Number three is something I would highly recommend, especially with the newest add-on of having 1 billion inventory space for our lovely shadows. So if you go over here, go to Autolock. Autolock is amazing because if you get units that you want to make sure that you keep, like Monarch, the bosses, let me go ahead and auto-lock my door here, okay? Mihawk, whatever his name is, because I don't know what it is. I would highly recommend going on over to the indexer, click auto-lock. You'll be able to see which ones are auto-locked. Go ahead and do that, okay? This way you don't have the unfortunate side effect that one of my mods did, which is they deleted their entire inventory. So make sure you are locking the units that you want to keep. I don't know why I keep going to weapons. Make sure you do that. But otherwise, there's going to be a lot of sadness and crying, and I'm not going to pity you at that point because you didn't listen to what I said. Next thing, along in the indexer, go ahead and start using auto-destroy. Auto-destroy is how you get gems and dust in this game. So if you're just running through a dungeon because you need the bosses, guess what? You don't need all those minions. Go ahead and set them to auto-destroy, or if you're AFKing like I do for money and gems overnight, go ahead and set them to auto-destroy. You're not going to get stuff in the overworld. The overworld, the max you can get is C units, which that also is number 5. You can get C units in the overworld. Just realize it's a 1% from those brutes. If you don't know what a brute is, it's the big guys. It's these guys right here. So remember, you can get C units in the overworld. It's just going to take a while, but it's better than having to wait for, what, a 1 in 24 chance for a dungeon to spawn. So keep that in mind. But yes, make sure you're running auto-delete when you don't need stuff. Number 6. The moment you start the game, immediately start saving any unit from C up. Here's the deal. Cs are already hard to get in the overworld. But if you get a dungeon with it, you never want to let those go. As you can see, I have plenty of C boss units because that's what I'm currently working on, is getting boss team. Make sure you're saving them because you never know when that S dungeon may pop up with the exact one you need, or that A dungeon so that you can get, the Genji that you need. Go ahead and start saving. Again, because the inventory can now be infinite. I have a pleb that has theirs at 1500 for the giggles. So go ahead and start saving. There's no reason not to. It is 49 tickets in the shop. Let's go over tickets. There you go. Next thing I would highly recommend, and I'll show y'all mine, make a list of the dungeons and what you need. So as you're progressing through the game, start making a list of stuff that you need from dungeons. As you can see here on my current list, I need E rank of grass. I need Braum, DC, B, A, and S. This is to help max my team. Face, I actually don't need that anymore. I can delete that. Because honestly, I just need to start working towards the boss, which face requires a team, so kind of don't need that. But I would highly recommend doing that because when you see stuff spawn in, that way you can be like, oh, yes, let's go. It'll also help keep you organized because, as you could tell, my inventory is a little bit full, and thinking on the fly, hey, what do I need? Especially for like Mihawk, where I don't quite have enough to make a full team. Other than E, I have enough. So yeah, that's a big tidbit right there. Number 8, a quick reminder, all dungeons drop a tier above what they can. So if you have, S dungeons, they drop SSs. You have E dungeons, they drop Ds. This is really important, especially when you're starting out. I have a free-to-play video coming out very soon. That's a big component. Being able to get that extra rank will help you out a lot. People seem to forget that and are like, oh, I don't want to go do that dungeon. Why do you think when I had my little list, I had stuff in parentheses? Because that means I can get those extra units. Going after bosses is a little bit harder, not gonna lie, because you only get one shot. But for regular units to get like Genji or Light Admiral, just kind of keep that in mind. That you can do a lesser tier dungeon, like if you need an S, you can do an A and get one. And you are likely to get one. It is rare, but you can. Number 9. My recommendation for number 9. Make sure you join the game Discord. So in the game Discord, they have a couple of really amazing things, which is they have game dungeons. Okay? Game dungeons is awesome because they will ping the server if when the dungeon spawns, which is every 30 minutes, by the way. They'll also ping you if there's an SS dungeon. You can also do it if there's a double dungeon so that you can get Sanjin Woo. So join the Discord. I'll put a link to it down below. I normally don't do that. Go ahead and do that. The other thing, they have a help desk. Literally all the videos I have covered is questions I see people putting in here all the time. They have all of the information for the game pinned here. No one ever reads this, by the way. I will let you know, no one ever reads it from the question section. So yes, I'm calling all of you out. If you have used the question section and I've answered your question, it's in the pinned comments. You just don't use it. And last one. This game takes a very long time. A lot of people that join this game are instantly like, oh my god, this takes forever. Yes, this game is a long, slow grind. You cannot just instantly join, pay to win your way yourself to the end, and, be done in like 45 minutes. Okay, this is going to take you some time because the dungeons are so spaced out. Because of how big some of the dungeons are, especially if you've done Braum, you know what I'm talking about. This is not something you are ever going to be able to do in like a day. We will probably be able to get some SS units from like solo. Absolutely. Maybe even from Ninja. But late game stuff, bosses, unless you get super lucky in an S dungeon, it is going to take you a hot minute to get an SS boss. And to get multiple and enough for a full team, all the game passes, all of that, that is going to take some time and some grinding, okay? And I have people that I've seen join the game that are like, wee! Guys, why is it taking so long? Yes, this is a very slow game. So as long as you're aware of that, this game's actually a lot of fun. Something you can come in. Generally, will always have something to do. And to be honest, it is super rewarding when you're able to go in the game and make SS units like I am right now. Like, this is super rewarding for me because I have spent the past 3 days trying to max my team, and now officially I no longer need any of the regular units. I'm all boss units. So this is super, like, for me, this is super awesome. So if this is the type of game that you like with that, this game is something I would highly recommend. Now guys, if there's anything you feel like I left out, like that people should know, okay, please put it in the comment section down below. This video was meant more just to be silly and to be one of like, hey, this is just some stuff that I do that I don't see a whole lot of people doing, just to kind of help you out a lot, because it's the little stuff that makes games great, and I want y'all to be able to have fun and all of that. But I'm going to leave y'all here. I'm going to get back to my grind, and I'll see y'all next time.